What is the statute of limitations for keeping a gift?
Facts.
That's a conversation we should have.
What are the rules?
Tony obviously broke it when he sold it the moment he got the gift.
100%.
For sure.
Yeah. That's the extreme end of the.
It was the next day. Come on.
I kept the gift for years.
Literal
years. I played games on it. I played the Wind Waker HD. I played the Mario games that came out. I got Mario Maker on there. I played a number of games on that Wii U. But I was still a bad person. So I don't know what the statute of limitations are, but that's a conversation we can have.
But I do got a kind of a question. We all been through this. We all got a friend or a couple people that we know that just like to hold things over your head. Like whether they did you a favor, they lend you some money, some way, somehow, they just like to just make you know that they know what happened still. You know what I mean? Like, we got friends like that. We had friends like that, associates. What do you think, Doughboy, Mateo, and Pucho? What do you think those type of people are? How do you deal with that?
I think, I don't know why people do that, but it is interesting. I mean, this kind of relates to like some of the shit we've talked about before, right? Like why do people want to be the one that puts you on to something? Why do people want that credit? Like it feels like that same similar thing. Like everyone just wants their like
it's
their props, their recognition or something.
I also think it definitely has to do with being that person that because you're an asshole a little bit. Yep. You got to be a particular type of person to kind of just remind you that, hey, I'll lend you money. You know, you should just keep that. If you did somebody a solid, keep that on the low. Don't got to remind them. They called on you for a reason, to be discreet and just to keep it pushing. But I don't know. People definitely. What about you, though?
The real question people should ask is why is borrowing money a shameful act? Why is that something you have to keep quiet?
I don't think no one likes to be in other people's pockets, right? Like you don't, it's like the same as like you don't want no one knowing what you're making or like why would they need to know that? No need to know that. If I'm borrowing money from you, no one needs to know that. Only the person you're borrowing money from.
I especially don't like being a burden to other people money-wise. I really don't like having that, like, I'd rather not.
So you're saying that if you did borrow money, that's why you'd want to keep it a secret because you don't want other people to know that you were a burden? What are you saying?
I guess. Yeah.
You're just feeling embarrassed.
You heard that guy Doughboy is borrowing a lot of money. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, I wouldn't care if I wouldn't care if people knew that I borrowed money. I would find it weird though. There are people that when they do things, they like to bring it up repeatedly.
Yeah.
And especially when it's stuff like, oh, I let this guy borrow money and they bring it up repeatedly. It's like, what are you trying to do here? Like, what are you really trying to, yeah, like, I don't know. Like that aspect I definitely don't like, but I don't know. It doesn't bother me if somebody's like, oh, I let so-and-so borrow money or whatever. I don't know.
And there's different ways too. It's like if we're going on a trip or whatever, I lost my card or whatever. Yo, Pooch, get me here. As soon as we get back home, that shit's gonna get transferred to you. You know what I mean? So it's just like that's not bad.
You know how many times we split a bottle and then everybody magically forgets to cash app or Zelda?
No one. Not me, at least.
We've gone through this for years. Why are you fronting?
I've never forgot to pay anything about a bottle. If anything, I bought the bottle the next day.
You've never forgotten. Interesting.
Damn, y'all boys are doing back-to-back bottle nights. Huh?
Like you should, and we don't like to bring. And we don't like, and it's just like a thing. Like it's like 3 or 4 of us. We're always drinking, so it's just like whatever. Like I'll buy a bottle. I won't ask for money because whatever the. Maybe Pucho or Everett or whoever will buy the next bottle the next day. And it's just like, you know what I mean? The moment you add to 1 extra or 2 extra, now it becomes like, all right, let's just, let's split it. But most of the time, it's whatever. It's a bottle. Like, I'm going to buy the bottle regardless. I don't know. But yeah, to be fair, so everybody doesn't feel it. That's another problem too. Like, if I were to buy a bottle and I come here and drink with y'all, you would feel weird to take like the last sip or take too much. You wouldn't feel like welcomed enough to to drink from it.
I would only feel bad if it was the only bottle we had. Like after that bottle, we had to go and make like a booze run or something. Yeah. Otherwise, the last shot's gonna go to whoever's turn it is to have that last shot.
Funny because there was a little bit of whiskey left, right? And Pucho wanted to pour like three shots. I'm like, man, you barely have enough for 3. This man almost pours 4 perfect shots. I'm like, bro, I'm looking at this like literally like this much in the bottom. I'm like, how the hell did you get 4 perfect shots from this? Barely fits 3, but
whiskey bottles are deceivingly large. Looks like there's only a tiny amount. There's more.
What about you?
Anyways, we're deviating quite a bit.
What about you, Pooch? Have you ever had anybody hold the like money or anything over your head like that?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
One of my good friends here, a fellow member of this podcast, once bought me a Wii U and has never stopped mentioning it. If any chance he could get. Okay, it's been years. And he's, this person still mentions the Wii U, and I'm like, damn, I didn't even ask for this thing. I just received it. It wasn't even like I needed it. It was like, here's a gift. Now I got one on you forever. You can never get back.
Was this gift provided during the time when the Wii U was like new, or was this like you got this like last year, this random Wii U?
No, it was like middle of the life cycle. It was like halfway through the life cycle. It wasn't brand new, but it wasn't old.
Some interesting games were coming out. I wanted to be a good friend. Right?
No, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But
you can pay him back.
It happens. I feel like plenty of people, like you've done it to me too, Tony. On this pod, one time you were like, Pucho owes me money. You just dropped that because I owed you $20. Like
on the bet.
Smallest amount of money. I was like, why? Like Pucho owes me money. I was like, damn. Like, you know what it is? I think people want to feel superior in some capacity, and any way they could exercise that, they'll do it.
Yo,
I think most people do it. I don't think you were characterizing these people as garbage people or bad.
No, they don't have to be. Yeah. I'm sorry.
I don't think so. I think sometimes people don't realize when they're doing it. I think other times people do want to have one up on you, but
first off, and that was a joking.
That
was a joke. It was a joking way. Yeah, just to remind you that I've been beating you.
Jokes like that.
Wow. Now you're shooting people now. My bad, gangster.
Me? I'm not saying that I'm gonna shoot someone. I'm just saying people have died for someone joking about
making comments about money.
Them. Yeah, they feel some type of way.
Like, you know what's funny? You brought it back to me too, because Doughboy has also hit me with that. The day he gave me a free game, right? I didn't play it. I think I owned a copy of the game, or it was a game I didn't want. But he gave it to me. I said, thank you. I appreciate it.
I went into the interest. You showed interest in the game, and he gave it to you.
He gave it to me because he said, yo, do you want it? I said, yeah, I'll take it. Go ahead.
You're prolonging the story. Then Tony sold it.
No, I didn't.
Tony received the gift and sold it.
No, I didn't. I went to GameStop, traded it in for a game I actually did want.
That still counts, dude.
How's
He
that?
didn't sell it. He exchanged the game for money. I'm sorry. That's not selling.
I didn't sell it. I bartered for it.
But he gave it to me. It's mine to do with.
He's doing this long-winded story. Tony's like, oh, shit, this Fallout 4, this shit looks kind of cool. Dude, he's like, oh, boom. He gave it him. Tony went, sold it. I was like, wow.
I went to go get a game that I wanted. It's like, I didn't get sold on it. That's not bad. He held it over my head for a year. To this day, I think he probably still wants to.
I feel like the polite thing would be to give the gift back. Say, I don't actually want the gift.
No, who else was he gonna offer it to? It's gonna sit there and collect dust. He offered it to you. You didn't want it.
Yeah, I didn't want it. Yeah, that's because I didn't want to play it. You didn't want it because you didn't want to play it, but you took it to sell it.
I was gonna try. I was gonna attempt to play it.
I was gonna try, but I decided to never pop the game in and just instantly sell it.
Tony, when you traded that game in, was it unopened completely?
Yep. It was still in the plastic.
It was still in the plastic.
Sealed.
Factory sealed.
That is definitely not. I was gonna try it then.
I was, but I was like, actually, there's another game that came out. Boom, I'm going to get it. But I told him if I didn't because I didn't see it as a big deal. The moment I told him, that's it. I would never, ever gift you anything ever again. And since that day, he hasn't. I'm just shocked by this. It's just, I thought we were boys.
Damn, what I want to say might be dipping into another topic we're either going to talk about today or next week. But Doey got mad at me, too, because I ended up giving the console away to kids, right? After when the Switch had come out, I was like, these kids could use a console. I gave them the console, and then he gave me shit for it. And I was like,
gave it away?
And I was like, how long am I supposed to keep this for? Like, for the rest of my life, I need to keep this because they gave me a gift? I was like, it touches on a conversation, but I was like, man, what is the statute of limitations for keeping a gift?
Facts.
That's a conversation we should have.
What are the rules?
Tony obviously broke it when he sold it the moment he got the gift.
100%.
For sure.
Yeah. That's the extreme end of the.
It was the next day. Come on.
I kept the gift for years.
Literal
years. I played games on it. I played the Wind Waker HD. I played the Mario games that came out. I got Mario Maker on there. I played a number of games on that Wii U. But I was still a bad person. So I don't know what the statute of limitations are, but that's a conversation we got.
I did have to reflect on that. Because you're right. How long is someone supposed to keep a gift? That's very true.
How long?
I think that's a very valid
24 hours.
How about the flip of this conversation? Because I'm guilty of the flip. If somebody does something wrong, I'll hold that over somebody's head.
Even worse.
I'm that person. I don't know if I'm the worst, but
I'll hold on to some saltiness for sure. I'm guilty of the same thing.
Like people, I've let people borrow thousands of dollars, and I've never mentioned it to a soul other than my wife. I'll tell my wife, but nobody else. I don't even my closest friends don't know who I've lended money to. I've never thought of mentioning it. But you do one messed up thing, I will mention it for the remainder of history. I will never let it go. Doey sold my stun rod, okay, in 2009 when we were playing Resident Evil 5, and I'll never forget it. It's been 14 years, and I'll mention it every chance that I get, okay?
Facts. We've even gone back and platinum, like the remasters, and he's like, he never goes and buys it again. He says it's not the same.
It's not the same one, dude.
Stun rod, it ain't mine.
That's crazy. I think that's a little worse though. Like you have the capabilities of just being an honest man, not bringing it up, but then as soon as someone crossed you, that's it. All your honor and all that goes out the window with that person.
What about that $250 I lent you last
No,
week?
I would never. See,
Oh
no
my God.
way. No. I know that's such a touchy thing for a lot of people. I would never. But yeah, I don't know. Call it worse. I don't know. It's one of my negative character traits. I'll accept it. I forever remember almost anything negative about people, and it's always in my mind at every moment. It never goes away.
Do you let it influence you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when people did me dirty, and it's an input into what my actions are with this person or how I'm gonna treat this person for sure.
Actually, he's right about that. Even when he's drunk, he does the same thing. So at least he's he's
I
on
do the
track.
same thing. What do you mean?
Like, example, me ever in a van waiting for Pucho to go get some beers. We're drunk, allegedly.
Yeah, we don't drink and drive on this podcast.
This man runs out in his socks in the rain, gets in the car, starts yelling at me. Y'all are going to leave me. Y'all are going to leave me. I'm like, bro, we're waiting here for, no, y'all, we're backing up. That's effed up. That's effed up,
They
man.
were backing up.
I was like, and then me and E are looking at him like, bro, you're tripping. Where we was not going to leave you. We was going to get close to you so you can come out. This man was to this day, he still says we left him or we abandoned him. It's like, bro.
No, I didn't say you guys left me. You guys were going to leave me. And it's not the first time. There have been times where I've been doing something and you're like, oh, we're about to step out to go do something. I'm like, oh, yo, wait for me. And then y'all go outside, and when I go outside, the car's just gone. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Oh, no, we were just going to go real quick. I'm like, that's some grimy
I never
stuff.
did that. Never did that.
All my life.
Not me driving.
Tony, if you had a time machine with 3 uses, would you go back in time just to figure out who is actually right in this story and who's wrong?
Heck no, that's a waste.
I would go back to that
right.
moment.
I know I'm
and
right.
I wouldn't go outside. I'd wait to see if they called me like, "Yo, where you at?" Nah, they just would have left.
Just be you and young Booch just there like, no, don't go outside yet. To take your time. Put on your shoes, bro.
That's probably what happened. Nah, I've never.
I wouldn't take wet socks for anybody. It was not raining.
It was raining. It was a slight drizzle.
Absolutely not. I would never run out in wet socks.
You was drunk.
Guys, adding weather to this memory of his
to show how severe it was and how angry you was upset that we were gonna leave you. Shit is crazy, bro.
I wasn't even that angry. Really, the craziness of that whole conversation was the denial. I wasn't gonna accept the denial. If you were just like, you know what, that was foul, whatever, let's keep it moving. Nobody would remember this at all because I just would have been quiet. I would have been like, yeah, whatever. But it's the denial. The denial created this whole back and forth. You're
just not remembering well. It's fine. It's fine. Two guys were in agreement to what the outcome was, and one wasn't. Perfectly fine.
The 2 guys that were committing the atrocity were together saying, "Oh, we weren't doing anything wrong." Yeah,
this guy's sick.
No bias there.
I also have one against Doughboy for many, and I won't let it go to this day.
Is this our airing our grievances episode?
This just became that because of this topic. This man used to never. It's just take weeks for this man to allegedly burn CDs for me so I can listen to music. I don't got CDs for you. I don't got CDs for you. I bought a whole pack of 25 of these things. I said, here, though, these are mine. Whenever I want one, just use it. Oh, all right, cool, no problem. Yo, Doe, let me get a CD. I ain't got no blanks. No, use my blanks, the ones I bought. Nah, I don't got them no more. What do you mean you don't got them? I used them. On who? On his buddy who comes with all the hood music that he wants to download. I'm like, bro, I bought you $25 or 25 CD blanks for me, and you use them all on your friends, and then now you're telling me that you can't go and give me CDs. Shit's weak and whack. I'm still upset to this day. I jumped through all these hoops to get CDs from my boy who chops and screws to listen to his chopped and screwed music, and I get played.
Just jumping through the hoops. I went to Walgreens and bought a pack of discs.
Still, it was a whole thing, dude.
I didn't have a car. I had to walk to that.
You had a truck for years.
It wasn't really mine.
But you drove the brown truck.
Didn't matter. I'm just saying, I just felt a type of way. That's all. That's all.
Yeah, you deserve it. That's foul. Doi's a mahong for that.
Super Mo. Maybe that's why his back got pulled out today. The memories, the attacks. Whatever.
They all went straight to my back.
That's foul. I wouldn't wish that on.
I didn't wish that.
A lot of people. I was gonna say nobody, but I'd give Hitler. I'd throw Hitler's back
to Hitler.
Yeah, I don't like him. You like Hitler?
Nope.
Are you offended that I'm attacking him?
Word. I'm in the camp of defending Hitler.
You and Kanye are in a similar camp.
No,
so Kanye likes the Jewish people now. So
yeah, we all like Jonah Hill. Little backstory on that, people. Kanye likes the Jewish people because he put an IG thing saying he liked Jonah Hill in the movie, and now he likes him again. It's crazy, bizarre. I don't know.
Also, 21 Jump Street.
You added more mystery to the story. Your explanation was so bad. I don't even know if I know the story anymore.
Wait, Joey, what hot take you about to share about 21 Jump Street here?
Shit is not that good of a movie, bro.
It's a pretty good movie.
Yeah,
it's all right. It's not like an amazing movie.
I don't know, dude. That scene where they first take the whatever the drug is called for the first time, and they're having their freak out. Channing Tatum does the fuck science thing or whatever. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's a good movie for sure. Doughboy's just a hater of good actors. He likes his Steven Seagal flicks. But no, yeah, I think people just need to keep things to themselves though. When it comes out to lending money and just let people don't got to know the business, man. Like if I'm coming to somebody about money, it's because like some situation or something. I don't need you to be putting me out on Front Street. You know what I mean? So it's a little play. It's a real POS of somebody to do. You know what I mean? So it's just like let's not do that. Pucho comes to me and say, "Yo, Tone, give me 2 bands real quick for this blase blah." I'll be like, "All right." I'll be expecting you to pay me back at some point. Now, if you burn me, there's an amount.
I wouldn't be like, it would have to. You would have to come to me and explain some dire circumstances for me to just hand over $2,000.
No, yeah, of course.
Tony just comes, yo, Pooch, I need $2,000. Here you go, buddy. I'm not doing that.
That's
I care
crazy.
too much about my money to do that shit. But
I would tell you why. Like, I'm not gonna tell you not. But you know what? That brings another topic.
if you gave me a garbage reason, I just wouldn't do it.
That's a garbage. All right, yo, Pooch, I'm trying to buy new rims for the whip.
That's
I'm
a
not giving
garbage.
you
That's a
$2,000.
bad reason.
bad
That's
reason?
a garbage reason.
Trying to buy
Call
my
it what you will, but it's just not work. I'm like, you got to go find another friend to go. You need to go tell another friend a different story because I'm not giving you 2 G's for the rims. It ain't
I'm
happening.
going to each firm with a different story till it hits. It's a one hit.
But your mom better have cancer.
I need
or
the Twinkie
you need it
Twinks,
for rent.
Booch. I need Twinkie Twinks on my ride, bro.
What is 20s?
22s.
22s? That's crazy.
Twinkie Twinks.
Twanky twanks.